Hey guys, today I want to make a video and talk about transfer results and current status of everything. Wish it was going to be a happy video, but it's really not. So at first, when I first did my beta test after transfer, I waited until 12 days post-transfer. I didn't test between transfer and the beta test. I didn't do a home test or anything. I just did my blood test and I waited for my doctor to call. So, but the test was positive. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. I'm just petting him below this video frame. So, blood test was positive. Beta results looked good. I went back a few days after that first beta. Those looked good too. So, my doctor, I've mentioned before, he's out in California. I live in Iowa. So he told me to go back in. It was about a week later to do a scan, an ultrasound scan, and then some more blood work. So I did that. We saw there's the gestational sac and the yolk sac on the screen. So things were fine there. There's my thyroid levels had gone up. So at that time, he didn't say anything about the ultrasound. Like, he said that's fine, but he was worried about the thyroid levels. So I went to a thyroid specialist, got that figured out. Yeah, I was worried about it at the time, but it seemed like it was fine. So so that first ultrasound, must have been around 4.5 weeks, and then I went back in 4.5, 5 weeks, and then I went back in at about 5.5 weeks. No, it would have been like a 6-week ultrasound, and at that point the doctor said, it's not good, it's not bad, it's kind of looking like things should be growing faster than what they're growing, but it could be fine, it could not be fine. We're just gonna have you come back in a week. So at that point I was pretty nervous because, that's not, you want to hear enthusiastically good news after an ultrasound and talk with the doctor. So I was feeling pretty cautious, but also, like the doctor said, like it could be fine, like things could move along from here. So just trying to be hopeful during that time and, carry on. And that's what I did. And then I had an appointment on Thursday, a few days ago, to come back for the week later ultrasound, which ended up being a week and 2 days just because of scheduling stuff. So at that point, between weeks 6 and 7, the baby, the fetal bulb, they call it, should be growing about 1 millimeter per day. So between weeks 6 and 7, for me, it grew 0.1 millimeter total. So at this point, both my OBGYN and my fertility doctor, my RE, are both saying that the pregnancy will miscarry. It's just a matter of when and how that happens. So it's obviously a bummer to find out, to say the least. And it was a high to get the positive test and a low to get this result of the ultrasound. So right now we're just kind of waiting and seeing what happens and to decide how to handle how the pregnancy ends up, how the miscarriage happens. So yeah, there's, my OBGYN said that this is super common. It happens with a lot of pregnancies. So, sorry, it's shaking. Yeah, it happens with a lot of pregnancies and they don't always know why. she was, you know, there was like that worry about my thyroid thing. She doesn't think it's because of the thyroid thing. Like my TSH levels had gone up, which means my thyroid levels were lower than what they should have been. But anyways, there's no way to tell if that's what it would have been. You know, this last week being National Infertility Awareness Week, you may have seen the statistic that about 1 in 4 pregnancies does end in miscarriage. So it's obviously super common. It could be because of genetic issues. You know, there's just a lot of reasons, and they don't always know. So I know that I did everything that I could have, and you know, it's just we're gonna have to try again, and that's just how it is. So I'll probably make another video, probably more than one video, when I have like more thoughts about it. You know, because I just found out about this on Thursday, and you know, things are kind of still in flux. A big week with finding out that, and then we actually ended up closing on our house. I think I've shown videos before of us building a house, and we ended up closing on that the next day. So bittersweet week, but that's my update. Again, wish I had better news to report, but it'll happen one day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.